Hey Carlos, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. Good to see you again, my brother.
Good to see you again too.
It's good.
Guys, today I have a few questions for Carlos. He likes the golden era, same here. And today I have a few questions for Carlos. Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go.
First question, guys. How has social media and contents public exposed affecting modern day bodybuilding versus the golden era?
That's a good
Check out,
question.
guys.
Very good question, because we're living in a social media age right now. It's much easier and much more beneficial for modern day bodybuilders to promote themselves. I mean, one of the best examples, there are plenty, but I mean, in my opinion, the best example is Sam Sulek, a young kid who, started putting out videos, giving great advice, and a lot of the young kids started following him, and he's taken,
Right.
and he just took off.
Right.
And in my opinion, I think I've looked at a lot of his training videos. I think he puts out some good training videos,
Right.
and that's what attracted, because proper form, he stresses proper form, and he's always willing to learn. That's why a lot of the professional bodybuilders of now, and even the old school, like Lee Priest, a lot of guys, and Ronnie Coleman, they come up and they said they're gonna under their wings, and giving him advice and train with him. So like I said, that's the benefits of today versus the golden era. The golden era, they have to rely on public appearances, or maybe if they were
Right.
fortunate to go on a Weeder magazine, a muscle magazine.
Weeder, yeah.
If they were fortunate, because not everyone. There were a lot, there were people, but not everybody got to. They had their favorites that were on there, who were getting those magazines sold,
Right.
which is the equivalent of social media.
Joe Waiter and Ben Waiter. The,
Joe
the,
Waiter,
the, the
Ben-
brothers,
Yep,
the two
yep.
brothers. Okay, how did the golden era diet different from modern bodybuilding diet, and what benefits did it offer?
So the golden era diets, because they had several, which we'll get into in future videos, because they're very beneficial even today. Okay. In fact, in general, it was a balanced diet, and they were looking for all nutrients and vitamins that would make their body, just grow and be healthy. Like I'm going to keep stressing, this is why I love golden era bodybuilding.
Same here.
Because they look to whole foods, natural foods.
Yep.
This is a huge difference. Nowadays, they'll take everything, they call it dirty bulking. They eat processed foods, a lot of chemicals in their foods. They rely a lot on this. And this is another thing. Balanced diet, they weren't thinking about, they knew they needed to eat. They
Right.
knew they needed to eat to build muscle, but they didn't overdo it either. You see?
They got plenty of rest too.
Yes, but at the end, with the modern day bodybuilders, they're about calories, massive amounts of food, 6 to 12 meals a day. I mean, one of the most famous ones and unfortunate ones was another social media influencer, Rich Piana.
Rich piano, yeah, 5%.
Yes, he used to, and a lot of the young kids and, a lot of people would follow him. I liked a lot of his content. I liked how true and real he was, but he used to encourage.
Get big, remember that?
Yeah, he encouraged a lot of food. Eat. He would eat up to 12 meals a day. He was proud of it. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. And I think at the end, that was a portion of, the reason why he unfortunately passed away so young, 46 years old.
46, yeah.
I had a lot of respect for his channel and a lot of the advice that he would give. He was honest on even his own supplemental use, which we're about to get into, I think, that he told me.
All right. Yeah. I'll tell you about that. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I remember when he used to wearing on the beach 5%. Rich piano 5%.
That's his company.
And he used to, eat a lot. Okay. Anyway, how has the use of supplement changed from the golden era to now?
It's unfortunate because back then, like we just spoke on the last question, this is just in addition to the last
Yeah.
question. Supplement usage, the supplement business is like a $3 billion business a year. Okay,
Easy.
and yeah, easily. And so a lot of the professional bodybuilders, like the original bodybuilders, know that real food is the way to go. And
Simple than that.
and the fact is that they spend a lot of their sponsorship money on real food. I think that who was the Olympia winner that came right after Ronnie Coleman?
The one after Ronnie Coleman, that was Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler is famous for saying that he used to easily spend $50,000 a year on his diet. That's an average person's salary a year, because they know that the real food was the way to go. Yes, they might have added a shake in there to add the extra calories, to get extra protein in, but the food is the way to go.
And the sleep, the rest.
It's-
Today, the bodybuilders, the modern bodybuilding today, like, they go out, they have fun, they drink, whatever, they don't have enough rest. And the resting is important.
And in fact, I've heard, that they use other stuff too to be able to get through their workouts. I mean, painkillers, that's another use of supplements that I'm not, I don't promote, these promote, they take painkillers. I know that they get injured and they're trying to work through the pain, but that's an unfortunate one because that completely goes against the fact of being healthy, compared to the golden.
A lot of stuff
A lot of stuff.
going on right now.
But this is what we spoke of in that other video, that,
The first one.
I respect the fact that they're that committed, that they're willing to push their bodies to that level, but they're sacrificing health,
Yeah.
So, and that's not what these guys were about back in the day. They were about just a balanced life, looking good, being strong, and impressive,
Anyone can decide for their own, their own decision. Okay. What were common myths about bodybuilders during the golden era? The men.
That's a good one. So there's two of them. I mean, that come to mind. And the first one is that women will become too muscular and not unattractive back in the day. So a lot of women, they would get into fitness, but not too crazy,
Right.
And the other one was that the only way to build muscle was heavy weights. And yeah, it worked for the guys back then, but we learned different routines. I mean, HIIT and all that other stuff that Mike Menser would end up
Yeah.
promoting later on, and different other ones. But HIIT is one of the biggest ones that people know now. Okay.
The intensity is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. And so I believe those were the two common myths, back in from that time to now.
Okay. All right. How did the bodybuilders in the golden era view the importance of rest and recovering
And
right now?
you hit that point before, when we were talking about supplementation and all this, and food and all that. You touched on it. Back in the day, everything was balanced. They knew the importance of it, but these guys they had other goals in their life to reach. Arnold, for example, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was in the gym and he loved overtraining. He said a lot of his definition and cuts came from overtraining. But he also, he stressed sleep, but he also didn't stress too much sleep as well, because he had different goals. He said, sleep quicker, okay? He would go, instead of 8 hours, sleep 6, because he encouraged to learn other things. He would go out, he was studying acting. He was, learning a new language. He was going to acting school at the same time. So rest and recovery is very important, but also everything is a balanced life. You see how I just explained probably the most successful bodybuilder of all time, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He encouraged the mind, the body, everything, a balanced life. But rest and recovery was a big deal, but not too much either. And today it's eat, train, sleep. And then repeat again a second time in the day. Eat, train, sleep. So yes, sleeping your body does recover at that time, but seriously, like I said, you don't want to spend your whole life those three things. It's almost up along the lines. I mean, like I said, it depends on the person. Anyone can make their choice, but that's also part of the 7 deadly sins.
Right. And Carlos, I noticed something today that when the guys go to the gym, right, the important to drink water. It's very important. So I see a guy with a big gallon of water, and they working out. But you see the gallon, they come in with a gallon full of water, and you didn't see they didn't drink enough water. They come inside the gym with a gallon full, and they leave with a gallon full of water. So they don't drink enough water today.
That's a very good question.
And it's important to drink water, and they don't drink water.
Our
today.
body's like 70% water.
Oh, yeah.
Something crazy like that, right? The greatest, in my opinion, football player of all time, Tom Brady. It drinks something ridiculous, like 8 gallons. I look it up. I might
Research
get
for that
8
one.
gallons of water a day. Okay, to stay hydrated, to look the way he did, but also so his body would be fluid. Okay, and because he knows the importance of water. So the other thing is, subcutaneous water weight. Okay, if you're carrying water, drink more water so that you at least you don't look as bloated. Carrying water, I understand. But yeah, those are, I think, in my opinion, the best, the best reason to drink water. Obviously,
I love to drink water
stay
when I'm working
hydrated.
out. Yes.
Stay hydrated, because otherwise, the main thing is you get migraines, joint pains eventually start coming. Maybe when you're younger, you won't get them as much, but one of the biggest reasons people get headaches, they don't realize it because they haven't drank enough water.
Exactly.
If you're getting hurt and you have certain cramps, hydration.
Exactly, need water.
But yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Carlos, for the interview. All right, guys, as I said before, Carlos like the golden era's bodybuilding, same here, old school actually. And we want to keep talking about more what is going on today about the golden era and the modern era. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we got a lot of things to talk about.
And like Miles said, keep watching because a lot of interesting stuff is coming.